Hi, this is Majinoni, and I got a bunch of reviews for you today. I'm a little bit behind. Just so you guys know, I have a Carnage to do still, Silent Hill, and I have a new Radical book, which I want to do. I'll try to get all those up as soon as I can, but I'm behind on a lot of different things, so hopefully I can do it quickly for you. I'll start off with the What If 200. This is what if Norman Osborn and whatnot won the siege. And I also have, there's what if the Watcher killed Galactus. Now, I can say this: this book is just utter garbage. It's just crap. It's just stupid. And I know it's really bad to say it's just stupid, but it really is. Basically, What If used to be good because what they did was they took important events in Marvel history and waited a long period of time and then went back and said, hey, what if something happened? It happened a little bit differently. And I don't think they really put enough distance between Dark Reign and the siege and then when this issue came out. And also what I think really hampered this book is the fact that you have the two, not only the Watcher backup, but you also have a reprinting of this Bullseye, Elektra thing. What if Elektra had lived? Now, I look at it this way: you have all of these extra pages that could have been devoted to the main story. So to me, already that just showed that they didn't have a good enough story to start with. And that kind of should have been their clue. Let's just not do this until we can craft a better story. Because if you really think about it, what could have happened? The major turning point here was they basically said, Ares attacked Norman sooner, so Sentry killed Ares like he did before, but because it happened sooner, he was able to rest, and he was able to basically kill all the superheroes. So pretty much the majority of the superheroes that fought in the siege, died. And then, of course, eventually what happens is Sentry turns into the Void, and then from there all hell broke loose. So, did you really need to? Did you need me to spend, how much is this? $5 just to find out Void went crazy and killed everybody? No. I mean, if you really think about it, this should have been a backup, and the rest of this should have been the What If book. It was just, it was just a waste of time, a complete and utter waste of time. I'm just glad I really didn't spend $5 because I got it through discount comic book services, so it was cheaper. But after I read it, I felt bad for everybody who paid full price, because this was utter garbage. Okay, next up is Thunderbolts number 152. Now this book I held back purposely because I wanted to give this one a little bit of thought, and I didn't want to come to a rash conclusion. Now, I think for whatever reason, for me, the art seems to be working for the type of stories that they're telling. And the plot in a nutshell is you have giant monsters that are attacking, and Luke Cage needs some, like a powerhouse. So they get Hyperion. Now, there's two versions of him. There's one that's good, one that's bad, and they don't know which version they have. This guy here, Hyperion's like, oh, no, I'm a real good guy. This is what I stand for, I believe in. I just want to do good for people. So they go, okay, fine, we'll give you a try, you're probably the right one. So they go to fight giant monsters, and obviously that's not the right Hyperion. Some of the Thunderbolts fall in battle with the monsters, some fall because of Hyperion. Now, there is one character who didn't get involved in the battle, and that is Ghost, because Ghost is pretty much useless fighting giant monsters. So I'm really curious to see what he's going to end up doing playing in this storyline. The reason why I was on the fence with this is because it had to do with giant monsters. Now, while I like giant monsters like Godzilla and things like Gamera and King Ghidorah, things like that, Ultraman, I don't know how I feel about it in the Thunderbolt comic. But I realize that if anything, it's just a plot device to get Hyperion involved. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. I think I definitely enjoyed it. So this is definitely was a good issue. Next up is Ultimate Thor issue number 3. Fantastic. This, if Thor was more like this as a regular comic, I'd be buying this all the time. And it was just really good. Basically, what we have is Loki siding with the Nazis and Storm Giants, and he's invading Asgard. And Loki is a total badass compared to the way he acts in the comics. And the way he is in the comics, he pretty much doesn't get involved. He likes to manipulate, which is fine. But in this comic, he's killing people, and that gives that makes me happy because they're giving him a little bit more of a backbone. And this was just a phenomenal issue. Basically, Asgard is falling. Key Asgardians are dying. I'm not going to say who they are because I don't want to ruin anything in case somebody wants to read it. But it's really, really good. The art's decent. I mean, the art's not going to appeal to everybody, I don't think. But for me, it looks just fine. And especially since this is not a top tier book, I understand you're not going to put your top people on it. But this is really good. And just so you know, this is written by Jonathan Hickman, and Jonathan Hickman's the guy who orchestrated the death of Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four. Phenomenal issue. Highly recommend it. Now, it's already on issue 3, so there's a good chance you might not be able to find the first issue. If you can't, just wait for the trade and buy it. It's very good. Very, very good. Especially if you're reading anything into the Ultimate Universe. Finally, we have Captain America number 614. Now, the trial of Bucky Cap has started, and Sin, who's the new Red Skull, has started her plan, or is really starting her plans to basically jack up Bucky Cap, which of course will just destroy property and probably wreak havoc to the way people feel towards Captain America in general and superheroes. Overall, I think it was a decent issue. I like the way how it's moving the story pretty quickly. I was afraid that we're going to have endless issues of trial, but we don't really have that. So at least so far, Faustus he's an interesting character in this. You don't know, is he on the side of good? Is he on the side of evil? Is he just waiting to backstab somebody? And I like that in the character. It's really providing a great like a what if, what's going to happen scenario. He's keeping us on our toes, I think, and it's going to really, it puts a big, huge mystery over the end, because you really don't know how much is he involved in what's going on with Sin. And Sin's doing a phenomenal job at just jacking up Bucky Cap and trying to turn the public against him. And basically, she's captured the Black Widow, she's captured the Falcon, she's threatening to blow up the Statue of Liberty, and in order for Bucky Cap to save the day, he's got to break out of prison, or at least break away out of it from his armed guards, because he's being transported from the courthouse to jail. So again, phenomenal issue. I wouldn't recommend this as for a new reader just because you're in the middle of everything. So what I would probably say is wait for the trade if you're interested in jumping on board now. So those are my reviews for those titles. At least I can say 3 out of 4 were good. Yeah, 3 out of 4. So that's pretty good. So if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down and let me know what you think. And I'll have more reviews up. And don't forget New Comic Book Days tomorrow, so we'll have some new stuff. So until next time.